Hi guys, we're back again today with another video, and today we're doing a unboxing slash reviewing slash generally having a play around with this, the M17 Handheld Console, 4.3 inch LCD screen, retro portable, and all the other words and things that come along with the description. I picked this up from AliExpress. I ordered it about 5 days ago now. It cost me about £35 with shipping. They had an offer on at the time of summer sale. And I've sort of been in the market for a retro handheld, or another retro handheld, because I've got loads of them, for a while. And I spotted this one and I thought, you know what, let's give it a go. So, like I say, it arrived today actually, so it's almost fresh out the package. The big package that came, because I ordered lots of other stuff, as you do. Does anybody ever order just one thing from AliExpress? I certainly don't. I always think, oh, I'll have one of them, and I'll have one of them, and I'll have one of them. Before you know it, you've got 74 USB cables, a drone, a steamer, and one of these, an M17. Brand SJ Gam, never heard of them, but then again, I've never heard of Kinhank when I bought that last console from them, and that's dead good. And actually, if you're in the market for a sort of, what would you call it, a console-based retro device, check out the review I did on the Kinhank X2 Pro console. You can find it in the channel, and also the Game Stick Lite, I think it was called. That one was pretty decent as well. I opted for the 128 gig gift that comes with it. We'll just have a quick look at some of the specs on the back. So it's got a 4.3 inch screen. It says simulator, it means emulators for the PSP, PS1, N64. It says it's got a quad core Cortex processor, which goes up to 1.2 gigahertz. Not quite sure how much of that will be pushed, but we'll see. That being said, emulating PSP and N64 and stuff like that isn't easy. So it comes with 2 gigabytes of system memory, so 2 gigabytes of RAM, 64 gigabytes built in. I'm not sure if that runs alongside the 128 gig flash card or not. I guess we'll see. It's got an IPS display, 200 milliamp hours, sorry, 2000 milliamp hour battery, and yeah, maybe it says it comes with a power supply. Maybe it just comes with a case. Let's have a look, shall we? Okay, so obviously that's the unit. We'll come back to that in a minute. Let's just see what else is in the box. We have our instruction leaflet, which aside from perhaps using Google Lens, won't be overly useful on that side. There's some information on this side. Nothing really that you're going to want to be taking much fuss about. We've got a USB-C cable, probably just power. You get non-data ones, don't you? Yeah. Not that we really need it. And possibly got it the wrong way around. Okay, so first impressions. So I've been actually using a Switch quite a little bit this week. Sits snug in the hand. There's like a good weight. Those analog sticks are quite responsive, not too bad. The D-pad, everything feels like in a nice natural position. One of my problems I had with is it the R2 something? I want to say R266 or something. The one that is sort of that way on. The triggers were all too close together, and it was really uncomfortable to use. This one feels quite nice. The plastic does feel cheap, if I'm honest, but then again, it is a cheap device. The screen sits slightly proud, slightly higher, so you're going to need to be wary of that. Nice clicky buttons. What have we got? Okay, let's fire up and see what we've got. So it comes with a bit of battery power, which is nice. I suspect that these may double up as volume buttons as well. Not sure. Okay, emulate built in. Booting for the first time. Let's see what we get, shall we? No rush. No rush. Okay. Is that volume? Okay, not actually got any sound on the menu. That being said, I think when I started that one, the RS one that I referred to, it blasted out, which was rather uncomfortable. So actually, we'll just go back to the start. So with the 128 gig model, we get 302 apparently PSP games. Arcade, 603. Some Neo, Final Burn Neo. Not going to be Neo Geo, is it? Coin-operated amusement arcade. 19 games there. MAME again, 13. Atari 2600. 556. The 5200. 64 games. The 7800. 78 games. The Atari Lynx. Great system. 102. Should look forward to playing some of those. Okay, Capcom system. So again, some more arcade. We've got 20 there. System 2, 20 there. System 3, 493. Wowzers. Okay, the PC Engine, 290. The NES, 13,284. Wowzers. I think there's going to be some ROM hacks and homebrew in there. Although we've got a separate sold for NES hacks. 1,666. Game Boy, 1056. The Super Famicom, 3,300, nearly 3,400. The Super Nintendo, the SNES, 977. N64, 140 games. It'll be interesting to see how that emulates in a second. The Game Boy Color, 544. I'm liking just the little tidbits of information there as well that you're getting. Game Boy Advance, over 1,000. The Genesis, 882. The Game Gear, 263. Mega Drive, again, over 3,000. Neo Geo Pocket, 81. PlayStation, interesting to see how this emulates. 625. All in all, nearly 30,000 games. And then we've just got some options for my favourites. And then we're back to the PSP. Let's just have a little look at the menu, sound, settings. Oh, ow, wow, that is loud. Let's turn those off. So 100% volume really is loud. Let's get that turned down. Right, let's get straight in, shall we? Let's have a look at a game on the PSP, because I'm sure if you're watching this video, you're probably familiar with the ROM scene, the emulator scene. Lots of these handhelds will handle the majority of these consoles, emulates them really well. They probably won't struggle to emulate a NES or a Neo Geo game. So let's have a quick look at the PlayStation, the N64, and first we'll start with the PSP. I'm going to go with, let's see, let's just pick a random one. Let's have a look at Virtua Tennis. Let's see how it does. So I'm purposely holding it a little bit differently because I just want to make sure it's face down so you can see it a little better. Obviously, holding it like that. Okay, holding it like this would be more beneficial, but I think for the camera's sake. Also, I'm just aware that I've got my light on. This is the light from my camera. It's not an issue with the screen. Right, let's have a little look, shall we? Okay, so we've got a French version. I can probably just about figure my way through it. So, match rapid. Probably a quick match. Okay, so we've got some tearing in the sound. There's a little bit of slowdown. Obviously, hang on a second. Can we get... Oh, okay. Oh, so we can save states. Now, is that emulate? No, I've not had lots of. I've not had a lot of experience with emulate. I was just wondering whether we could see a frames per second counter at some point. I've got absolutely nothing else to base this on other than sort of a quick guess. This feels like it's running at about 95%. So, you know, it's not super smooth, but when you think that it's emulating a system, it's not all bad. Right, I suspect at some point there will also be a shortcut, you know, a button shortcut to reset the system. But for now, I'm just going to turn it back on and off again. And actually, maybe I can find, yeah, the start select key menu function in game. So maybe hitting start and select, excuse me, will bring us up some sort of menu. So I think once it's loaded back up, I'm going to have a little look at the N64. Let's have a little look at Goldeneye. Something I know I've never been able to really be emulated well on any system I've played. From the you know, the X2 Pro, Game Stick, the RS. I really should remember the name of that other handheld. Okay, so it does. So do start and select does bring up a. Oh no, actually we could quit game from here, couldn't we? Yeah. Duh. Okay. Do we have any sound? Okay, sound seems to be running quite nice. And right. Really slow. We've got some issues, graphical issues there. So obviously it's just a big ROM dump that's just been put on the card. They've just filled it up essentially. This is going to be unplayable, so I'm not even going to waste my time with it. But again, I wasn't really expecting. I wasn't really expecting it to play, if I'm honest. Let's just look for Mario, Super Mario 64. Is this in alphabetical order? Mario, where are you? Mario on here. Super Smash. Bizarre. How odd. Mario 64 is not on there. Okay, let's just try. What's this one? Batman Beyond. No, I don't fancy the look of that one. We want something. Pilot Wings. Let's give that one a whiz. Oh, so we've got a bit of sound tearing. Again, it sounds. Yeah, I think we're just going to quit out of that. I think we've already found sort of the limitations. It won't quit. So I think we can safely say N64 is a no-no. Let's just give a little bit of time with the PlayStation. Let's see if we can find everyone's favourite Crash Bandicoot. These aren't in alphabetical order, which makes things really helpful. Unless further down, they just become alphabetized all of a sudden. Okay, so we're into S, T. I tell you what, let's. Oh, actually, no, that might get us a copyright strike for the awesome soundtrack X-Men versus Street Fighter. Or maybe not. Come on, we want something. I mean, the list of games is just insane. It just goes on and on and on. Really is unbelievable. Right, let's look one more time, see if we can find Crash Bandicoot. Two, one, and no. Right, let's just pick something random. Knockout Kings. Let's just see how this holds up. 3D fighter type thing. Muhammad Ali provided by Goat. So just while this is loading up, I mean, the screen is beautiful. It's very sharp. I do quite like that. As I said before, the plastic trim, okay, is cheap, but it's not awful. Let's have a quick look at this. Slugfest. One round. Ali. Never played Knockout Kings before. No idea what I'm doing other than boxing. Okay, bit of sound tearing as it starts. Okay, the game itself seems to be running at a decent speed. Both analog sticks working really well. It's actually quite responsive. So if you can put it with a sound. Oh! He's floored me. I cannot put it with a sound. Oh, hang on a second. Disc control. What's that? Ooh. So if you've got two, there we go. If you've got two disc games, you can use the disc control to load the second game. Let's give Tekken a quick whirl. We'll finish with Tekken, PlayStation Classic. Even includes the little... This runs really well. This runs really well. Push start to Tekken. Wow, it feels like 1996 all over again. Okay, this one's really nice. This one's really smoothly. Like, I would say perfect. I'm just concerned with what this is in the top corner. I didn't notice that back in the menu, so I'm not sure if that's just some sort of graphical glitch that's just tied to the game. But yeah, that run, yeah, it's disappeared now. I've loaded that up. Even the dog agrees. This runs really well. Like I say, I'm not going to spend loads of time sort of working through every single system. If you're familiar with these devices, you'll know what sort of games to expect and what they can and can't do. I think we've seen the limit really with the PlayStation seems to be the top end. Don't buy this if you're looking to emulate N64 or PSP. Maybe there are some sort of lower, games with lower demand on the PSP front. Really, you're sort of pushing your limits with the 16-bit stuff, which is fine. You know what I mean? Out of 30,000 games, if you want something small just to take away with you on vacation, on holiday, or just to sort of play around with, then you're going to do a lot worse than this. And like I say, for the price that I paid for it, I think it was about £35. It really is a nice little machine. I've not been paid to say that. I've not been sponsored by this in any way, what's form, whatso have you. really, the only other thing I've got to add is the fact that I picked up a case for it as well. So on AliExpress, they do sell, a case to keep it safe. So I picked one of those up as well. That was about £3, maybe a little bit more. Oh, and I got a Pokemon keyring with it as well, which is nice. So that fits in there pretty snugly. And we'll, just keep it safe. So we're going to leave it there for today. I am going to go and sit and play WrestleFest for a little bit. And hopefully you've enjoyed this sort of quick whistle-stop tour of the M17. If you found this useful, if you want to know anything more about it, you're more than welcome to drop me a comment and ask a question, and I'll try my very best to reply to you with an honest answer. Drop us a like, consider subscribing, because that would be really helpful. And but hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and that's all that we asked for. So yeah, check out our other videos to do with retro consoles on the channel. And yeah, I guess that's it. So from everybody here at Dad Lad Games, bye for now. We'll see you next time, and have a great day.